Every chef has that one famous dish that brings their career to a sizzle, turning up the heat and baking them into a culinary icon.
You dug deep.
Join me, Matthew Hoffman, as I grill famous chefs on their most infamous recipes.
Your questions make me think.
Peeling back the apron, one distinguished and delicious dish at a time.
You are so funny.
So let's roll out the red carpet and bring you from fame to table. Hey, I'm Matthew Hoffman, and on today's episode of Fame to Table, we are cooking with celebrated chef Marcela Valladolid in her jaw-dropping historical home to see how her own personal history infuses every mouth-watering dish. Let's go! Marcela!
Welcome, Matthew. How are you?
I am so good. Thank you for doing this.
Come on into Casa Marcela.
This is beautiful.
Thank you. Thank you.
Whoa,
Thank
this
you.
is gorgeous.
I'm not gonna lie, it's my happy place.
It's my happy place
I
too.
love it, yeah. Hi, this is Chef Marcela, and this is our home in beautiful San Diego, California. The property is kind of huge, so I could build a gorgeous organic garden, which I source a lot of my ingredients from. I would say my style of cooking is very much California Mexican. I'm deeply rooted in Mexican tradition in terms of the cuisine, but at the same time, I am in California, so I like it to be light and fresh and really delicious, but also deeply rooted in authenticity.
Whoa, this is stunning.
Thank you, my friend.
And this is historic, right?
It's an historical landmark of the city of San Diego. It was built 120 years ago.
If you check out my Wikipedia page, it says the same thing about me, so we're in good company.
This place is a place of harmony and happiness, not just obviously for my guests, but for my children. Everything in the house is a collection of my travels through Mexico, because it's important that my kids know who they are and where they come from. So you will see art and textiles and furniture and bits and pieces of Mexico all over the house. This garden did not come with the house.
You did all of this?
Yes, the
Can
first
I see your
thing,
green thumbs?
Yeah, with my own hands.
So what are we looking at here? How many beds are there?
Okay, so I have 8 beds. Down there you have my herb beds, and those are always saturated with herbs. I've got all my favorites that I use a lot. Some of the medicinal Mexican herbs, like that taller one, is rue.
Beautiful.
Yeah, you can see. Can you see the radishes? That we can actually harvest those, and we can use them.
Seriously?
Yeah, sure.
This is gorgeous.
Okay, so as you can see, these actually have been ready for a while. So when you're harvesting like a carrot or a radish or anything that grows underground, you're looking for shoulders, right? Which means the top of the vegetable is peeking like over the earth. So, but these guys are fully ready. See how beautiful they are? They're French breakfast radishes.
Wow.
Harvest
Can I pull
them.
this guy?
Yeah, absolutely.
And they're French, huh?
Yes. So the French love to serve these with butter, but we're gonna make the Mexicans, slice them up and make them a part of a delicious slaw.
Amazing.
Sounds good?
Should we do it?
Okay, yeah.
Wow. This is beautiful.
So I have to tell you the story. When I purchased this house and I was doing the tour, I saw that plate wall. And the only other plate wall that I'd seen in person in my life was at Martha Stewart's house when I taped The Apprentice, 10 years prior.
Wow.
And when I saw that plate wall, I said, when I own a house, it's gonna have a plate wall like Martha's. And when I walked through here, I was like, this is my home.
I love it.
And now it's decorated with an artist from Morelia. It's all custom made plates that symbolize my family. And it's so mine. You know what I mean? It's so my family.
Yeah.
And it makes me so happy. You'll see like most of the sets and the linen, like I'm missing pieces because we use them.
Oh girl, you're gonna miss a couple more pieces by the time I leave.
And they break and they stain and there's paint on one of the chairs, and this house is very lived in.
And I see you have some personal photos on the mantle.
It's my whole that's all my family.
Wow.
Yeah.
The house I grew up in, we would keep the photos that came with the frames. So this is a nice, refreshing.
I know everybody's name on the mantle.
That makes one of us. Shall we go to the room where it happens?
Of course. Let's go cook.
Let's do it.
Bring in the radishes.
Yes. It's happening. the most beautiful kitchen I think I've ever been in. Don't tell anybody else.
That's a very big compliment.
It's so beautiful, it's so homey, it's so warm, it's gorgeous.
Thank you. I think you feel the love.
You do feel the love. And I want to talk about your history for a second because you grew up between two cultures, right? So your mother shuttled you back and forth between San Diego and Mexico when you were a child. So how did the straddling of those two cultures and heritage, how did that history infuse your cooking?
Yeah, I think it's a great question. And to be honest with you, when you're living in, when you're in this region, the Tijuana, San Diego region, when you're growing up, you're not really thinking about the fact that you're crossing an international border every day. Like my mom would pack lunch for us. We would get in the car at 6 in the morning, cross the border, go to school in San Diego, have our school day, and then go back. But at the moment, like I was just living life, and it gave me literally everything that you see and feel in this house, which is a clash of cultures and ideas and cuisine.
Imagine if after that you just moved to Idaho. You're like, I'm good.
Yes.
Talk to me about the fame-to-table of today's dish. What are we making?
Okay, so what we're gonna make is a New York strip steak taco with roasted salsa, guacamole, and a fresh slaw with herbs from the garden.
That sounds so good.
Yes. Do you cook?
They've seen my previous episodes, so I have fun in the kitchen, and that's what we're calling it.
Okay, that's all that matters.
So what should we do to get started?
Okay, so the first thing we're gonna do, principles of time and motion, right?
Yes.
You wanna roast something while you're prepping something else. So
Yes.
what takes the longest to roast? Our salsa.
Love it.
So all you're gonna do, I already cut up those tomatoes for
Okay,
you.
thank
So you're
you.
just gonna grab those, just dump the
just
whole
dump
thing.
the whole thing.
Just dump the whole
Perfect.
thing. And then all that you're gonna do is drizzle it with a little bit of olive oil. I can do that, very simple, just a light drizzle. So sprinkle some salt on there. I'll do the pepper, just a tiny bit.
Look at us cooking in your kitchen.
Very easy. So after you roast this is just gonna get blended, and that's when you add the freshness of the herbs. So I'm going in the oven. Would you mind opening that, sir? Thank you very much.
All right, I'm closing it. This is the most gorgeous stove I have ever seen in my life. I don't even think I can look at it without going to the bank to get a mortgage application. This is like a luxury sedan in a kitchen, basically, yes?
Can I tell you, it's a cornu. It's French, and I love it. It has a great retention of moisture, so anytime I roast any poultry, it comes out super juicy.
Yeah.
It's got so many different functions here with regards to like broiling or for cooking, for baking bread. It's a relationship.
Yeah.
It's a relationship. You need to get to know her before.
What's her name? Can we name her?
She has a name.
Go on, hit me.
La Incondicional.
Oh, la incondicional, you are so bonita.
It means unconditional.
I love that.
So she's gonna love me no matter what.
Oh, what is our next step?
Okay, you're on guac.
Okay.
So all we're gonna do, that's gonna be your mashing bowl, is just go around the pit, and then to make life super easy, you're just gonna squeeze out the stuff. Okay, we'll just do 2 avocados. Here, I've got a rag for you.
Great.
And then I'm gonna tell you the secret ingredient that my mom taught me. My mom is now in heaven. Her secret tip for making the best guac on earth is distilled white vinegar. Avocado is that good fat, but it's fat.
Right.
So you need something acidic to kind of cut through it.
Yeah.
And most people use lime, which totally works. I actually use a combination of both.
Okay.
But I feel like the distilled white vinegar is just so light and crisp and fresh, and when you taste it, it's almost unexpected, but it's expected.
I love that.
You know what I mean?
Yeah, a little surprise.
It's a surprise,
and
but
it's also
then
a
you're
nod to your history.
100%. So much of what I do is a nod to what I learned from my mother. So just a little splash of that, and then I'm just gonna squeeze a little bit of lime over it. Okay, so we're gonna use this guy to mash it. So just press. Try not to make a mess, sir.
Okay, I won't.
Okay, if you do, that's okay.
No, I'm gonna
I will clean it up.
Very good.
Okay. So you just leave the tejolote in there like that. It's a decorative piece,
Great.
so just lean it in there like that. Yes. Okay, step 1 and done.
Perfect.
Okay, now this is completely optional, but I always feel that when you're having like a taco that has warm ingredients, and
Right.
you want something bright and crispy.
Right.
That's why I like to make the cabbage slaw,
Love
which is
that.
super simple.
So it gives it a crunch.
Just a nice crunch.
Yeah.
Now, I would add habanero, but I'm not gonna do that to you today. We're just gonna work with the serrano that's in the salsa.
Thank you.
All I'm doing is just thinly slicing to create a slaw. So this guy goes in here.
Perfect.
And then what can we do to dress it? So we have some tarragon from the garden. We've got a little bit of oregano from the garden. We've got chives from the garden. So I'm just gonna chop everything up. Okay, so we've got our herbs. We're gonna add them in here.
Great.
Very simple. And then what else can we add? We're gonna add a little bit of onion because why not? Just some thin slices, nothing crazy. So we'll add those in there.
Gorgeous.
And then we're just gonna do a simple dressing of olive oil.
So pretty, Marcela.
And then I'm gonna add some red wine vinegar.
Nice.
Do you wanna toss?
Sure.
Okay. And while you do that, I'll add some pepper. Doing so good. I'm gonna add
I
some
could
salt.
eat this whole bowl. It looks so fresh.
It's just fresh and yummy and easy and no drama, which is what we like to do at Casa Marcela. Okay,
Good thing I left my drama in the car.
Yeah, don't bring it in here. We actually, there's this tradition in Oaxaca where you put a bowl of water at the front of your home. It can be any bowl, and it's got water, and you put flowers in it, and it's meant to absorb the negative energy of any of your guests.
I would have to be living on Niagara Falls. Just so we are clear.
Yeah, no, but you can try it. Do that. I do that sometimes when I have big events, and
Right.
I won't tell people
Yeah.
like I'm cleaning up your
I love that.
your wonky energy.
I love that.
And then for this slaw, it's always nice to add Mexican oregano. So when you're working with Mexican oregano or any oregano, you want to make sure you kind of squeeze it and press it between your fingers. You crumble it. See how it's so much more
smells
fragrant?
so good.
Yeah, because you're releasing all of those oils. Because when you dehydrate herbs, you know, you lose a lot of that flavor, but when you
Right.
crumble them, all those natural oils kind of come back up. They kind of wake up. It's like you woke them up.
It smells so good.
Doesn't it smell lovely? Okay, oh, you know what we are gonna do? We're gonna add some of those radishes. Give me a
All
couple of those
right.
radishes.
Here we go.
Beautiful.
They're gorgeous.
Aren't they beautiful?
I feel very accomplished that I have picked something from your garden and we're actually going to eat it. Literally farm to table and fame to table at the same time.
Okay, so beautiful radishes. And these are so yummy and beautiful that all you need is like a little bit of lime, salt, maybe a little bit of butter, but really, really, really wonderful ingredient to add. Nice, crisp, fresh, great
They're
flavors.
gorgeous,
Aren't
Marcela.
they pretty?
They're so pretty.
So it's always super nice to go out there and find that something is ready. It's like, oh, you found a treasure.
That's amazing.
Okay, do some more tossing.
All right.
Do some more tossing, my friend.
All right.
That looks magnificent.
so good.
So now we can move on to the star of the show, which is our steak.
Yes, let's do it.
Okay. And we've got a beautiful New York strip steak that I seasoned with salt ahead of time. You always want to salt even like the night before.
Really?
Because that salt is gonna absorb into the steak, absolutely.
All right, so while you are slicing, I would like to enter our sure-to-be Emmy-nominated segment of rapid fire questions. Are you ready?
I can't wait.
All right, here we go. Marcela,
Yes.
what is your favorite Mexican dish to make?
Very simple, quesadillas.
Oh, love. What is your favorite American dish to make?
I love making hamburgers. I'm a hamburger girl.
Nice.
Yes.
What do you put on your burger?
I do the protein burger. I wrap it in lettuce.
Love.
Yes.
And a little cheese, a little
Grilled
ketchup?
onions.
Yes. In 2004, you famously won a car on The Price is Right.
Yes.
Are you still in shock?
Oh my gosh, yes. It's funny because that's also the year that my son Fausto was born, so I thought you were gonna go there.
No.
But you went to
Fausto Schmausto. Let's talk about like the real prize here.
with Bob Barker.
I know,
Yeah.
isn't that crazy?
Absolutely insane.
In 2013, you returned to The Price is Right
Yes.
as a guest model.
Yes.
Will you please show the camera your best Price is Right model face? That's it. That's it.
Yes.
What's one tool home chefs must have?
I mean, I think knife is the easiest answer, but I think a fish spatula,
Ooh.
which is this guy right here, is what I end up using the most. This
Love.
guy. I use it.
Can I Price is Right it? You studied in Paris and graduated culinary school.
Oui.
What is your favorite French word?
Je parle français. Je m'appelle Marcela et je suis un petit Mexicain. My name is Marcela and I am a small Mexican. That's what I just said.
I cannot love this woman anymore.
That's all I know, though. That's all I know.
What is your favorite herb to harvest from your garden?
Oh, that's such a great. That's like asking me to choose a favorite kid, man. That's not cool. I think what I end up harvesting the most is mint.
Last question. Your house is gorgeous.
Thank you, my
I
love.
have done my research and I've looked up my San Diego squatter laws and I have 30 days to hide in that broom closet. True or false? That's cool with you.
100%.
My landlord, thank you.
Come live with me.
I'm moving in.
We'll make space for you.
You did it!
We did it.
Boom!
Okay, so can we move to the steak?
Yes.
Okay, so what I'm gonna do, I'm just gonna oil this lightly, get my hands in there. So we just added a little bit of salt, and then can you hand me those tongs,
Yes.
please? So what I like to do, instead of oiling my pan, I'm just gonna lightly oil my steak. So grab those tongs and just kind of give everything a toss so that it's coated evenly with the salt and the oil and all of the things. And honestly, I feel like you can't overdo it with salt here.
No.
Good job, my friend. It's a very quick process, so I wanna make sure I kind of get them all on there fairly quickly and at the same time,
Yes.
so that I can kind of turn them and remove them at the same
Perfect.
time. And we're looking at just a couple minutes per side, like at the most.
Got it.
Okay, so we're gonna get in there. And that's what you want. Hear that sizzle?
Yes.
You want that cast iron to be, and cast iron is my preferred method of cooking when it comes to steak, because very few materials will give you like that really, really, really high temperature.
And how long do you heat it before you put the steak on?
It was on the whole time we were chatting.
Wow.
Yeah. Okay, so these need maybe a couple minutes per side at the most. And then I like to put on my Mickey Mouse gloves. And then you're gonna see this salsa. Careful, because it's gonna get a little
All right.
smoky. Woo, woo. And that is exactly what we're looking for, my friend.
Gorgeous.
Doesn't it smell lovely? Okay, so what you're gonna do, grab the blender. You're gonna put on the Mickey Mouse gloves.
Amazing.
And you're just gonna scoop all of these guys into the blender, okay? I'm gonna make them unstick from the pan. And just pop everything in the blender.
Got it.
I'm gonna turn the steaks while you do that. Okay.
That smells so good. The tomato and the garlic.
Roasted deliciousness. I think
Yeah.
people underestimate the power of char. And people are afraid to char things.
Yeah.
But when it comes to salsas, like you want that char. That's what's gonna give you so many more layers of flavor.
Smoky flavor,
Yes.
right? It's gonna
Okay.
move this guy.
Let me grab this guy so we
Perfect.
don't. Here, I'm gonna just kind of frisbee it over there. There you
Perfect.
go. So what else can we add here that could be fun? Traditionally, you would add cilantro.
Okay.
But we're gonna go for parsley. This is nice and clean and fresh, and we're gonna throw that in there. I always like to add to my salsas a little bit of oil. And then I always like to squeeze a little lime in there, salt. And I'm gonna throw in a couple of pickled jalapenos.
Okay.
Okay, they're not too spicy.
I'm ready. This
Okay.
sounds so good.
Okay, it's top it.
Yep.
There you go.
All right, we're good.
And I'm gonna flip our steaks. Oh, see, these are nice and charred, and it's gonna be very quick on the second side.
That looks so good.
So yummy.
All right. So good.
I think you're good with the salsa, my friend.
All right. All right, I'm just gonna pour a little bit in.
Yes, sir.
Look at
Nice
that
and
rich-
thick and delicious.
Yeah.
This is a quiz now. Like, what are we missing to make an actual taco?
Ooh, the tortillas.
Yes, sir. Okay, so I've got beautiful blue corn tortillas. So same, on this big old piece of cast iron, I'm just gonna warm them up. And then pick a plate. Okay,
All right.
2 plates.
2 plates.
Okay, so 2 for you and 2 for me.
Amazing. We're getting close, huh? Okay.
Now we assemble. What are you gonna start with? The steak.
Steak. Look how beautiful it looks.
Right. Okay, then we're gonna add some guacamole, kind of on the side. Up next is the slaw.
Okay. I am salivating.
Tacos require sometimes more than one salsa. So you're gonna add that one, and then we're also gonna add my salsa macha.
Yes.
Just a little drizzle over the
Little
top.
drizzle. Look at this. Look how beautiful and fresh.
Yes. Everything made from scratch.
Literally.
Lots of it from the garden.
All right.
And then we're gonna add the secret ingredient that makes everything better. This is salsa macha, a traditional Mexican salsa based on olive oil instead of all the fresh ingredients that you saw in the blender. And this is actually mine, so I'm very excited.
Brand.
Yeah, it's my brand, so I'm excited to share it with you.
I can't wait.
It's not spicy. I swear it's not spicy. I'm just gonna do like.
It looks so beautiful,
Isn't
Marcela.
it beautiful? So good. It's pistachios, cranberries, olive oil, piloncillo, Mexican raw sugar.
Have you ever seen a more beautiful plate in your life?
Grab a fork.
Yep.
Okay, so grab one side. You don't eat it with a fork. I'm just gonna, because this is a very loaded taco, you wanna make sure stuff stays in the taco. So press it in. Press it in, okay? And then grab, are you right-handed?
Yes.
Grab it with your right hand. Tilt your head. And bite.
That is so good.
Too spicy?
No, it's perfect. Yay. This is the best taco I've ever had. Certainly the best one I've ever made. This is unbelievable.
Not complicated, right?
Not complicated. If I may, it's not complicated, but the taste and the flavor is complex. There are so many different layers of spice and acidity and texture just hitting me at the same time. It is so good. The salsa matcha just cuts through, and it is such a nice complement to all of these gorgeous, gorgeous flavors.
Thank you, thank you. Es un taco.
Because I am a hard-hitting journalist, I do have some questions for you. You went to culinary school in France,
Yes.
and then after that, you got a job as an editor at Bon Appetit.
Yes.
And I wonder the difference, or building a recipe
Yes.
and cooking in the kitchen. I would imagine two very separate things,
Yes.
but coming together to inform you
Yes.
as a chef.
Yes, that's such a great question, because my first job in the culinary world professionally was as a food editor at Bon Appetit magazine. And back in the day, that was the best-selling food magazine in the country. It's two entirely different mechanisms to cook a recipe and to know how to edit a recipe.
Yeah.
You can have the most amazing chef in the world that has no idea how to write a recipe in a way that can be digested and repeated by somebody, by a home cook.
Yeah.
So Bon Appetit gave me the tools to understand how to connect to people in that language, the
Amazing.
language of food.
You founded your own company, Matriarcha, which is
Yes.
just beautiful. It is a line of food that is built on the building blocks of just clean, authentic Mexican cuisine. What does that mean for you at this stage in your career? To have a company that has your heritage and your tradition that tastes so good and looks so beautiful. What does that mean?
Everything, everything. I've been waiting for this season of my life for 20 years, but I wasn't ready for it until now. I became my consumer, and I said, what is missing on the market? And I said, it's that traditional Mexican food, the building blocks to build the cuisine.
Yeah.
So we're bootstrapping it. So our product one is the salsa macha, which you're having on your taco.
So good. It's so good.
But little by little, we did a small round and it sold out in hours. So I have no doubt. I have no doubt because I know my community.
Yeah.
And I know what they want, and I know what they love, and I know the flavors that they look for.
I love that you are now going back to your roots, how you used to teach in Tijuana, you used to teach cooking classes, and now you have this insane community that you have built of these people who just come for your lessons and learn how to cook with you.
Everything you said is my why. You dug deep, by the way, because that was my first job. Because I've always had this kind of need to share the amazingness that I grew up with. I feel that our culture is very misunderstood because I feel that if they learn and understand our cuisine, they will love us.
Yeah.
You know, the way that I love my culture and my cuisine.
Chef Marcela, my last question for you, what is your next dish? What is your next course? What is next for you?
I'm gonna focus on the food line. I think I am so used to having 75 different balls in the air, and I feel like this is right now where my heart and soul need to be.
Well, thank you so much for sharing your heart and soul with us today and bringing us from fame to our home chef's table. We so appreciate it. And in the words of that very famous magazine, bon appetit.
Bon appetit.
Best day ever. Tacos, 2 countries, and 1 very talented chef. 2 words, chef's kiss. I'm Matthew Hoffman. Happy eating.